Oh, that ought to do it. Your father was a storied man, and this is where it ends.
Are you going to carve his name at least?
Better not, girl. Some of those stories had unfinished business.
Where are you going?
To get a drink. My work is done. Your father is in the ground.
You're not going to say any words? A prayer?
Bree, your father killed his god. He went to the mountain and he slew him. Who are you gonna pray to,
There's 2 more gods.
Then get on with it and say the words yourself, lass.
Duina, guardian of these green hills. I ask you take my father's body to your realm, where free souls can roam on your fields forever. 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿, deep god. If my father comes to the gates of your watery halls, I pray you don't forbid him from your eternal rest. And 𝐅𝐥𝐚𝐿𝐿, Chieftan of Gods, if you are still listening, if my father is to join you, wherever the fire in our hearts burn bright without end, I ask you grant him forgiveness for what he did to you.
The Call of the Flame, an audio play. Chapter 1, The Barmaid of Gathland. Not long after the tribe of gods shaped the world and enkindled the stars, the many races were led to name their lands. The plains of human Winland, the dunes of dwarven 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿, the mountains of 𝐅𝐥𝐚𝐿𝐿𝐿. And the 3 gods, divided in judgment, bestow their unique elemental magic to the few that possess their qualities. With the swelling dark of sea below and the storm above, not far from the lights of the enduring city, 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿𝐿, there sways the noble sails of an elven ship. Even under the sting of salt and the pelt of rain, they are a fair race to look upon, and skin the color of young oak trees. But though the Admiral Bellius of the Elven fleet and his lieutenant hardly look a day over 20, they have waged human lifetimes at war, and their speech is not so fair.
Get these men in line! I will have no more chatter if it isn't concerning this ship.
I shall, Lord Admiral. But you have heard the rumors.
I waste no time with tales of this false queen and her connection with the deep god.
It's not just a connection, Admiral. The survivors say she rides a Leviathan to war, with 3 heads. They say the deep god fills her lungs with air as she travels beneath the waves, for she is his chosen one, his dark bride.
It's propaganda, you fool! Meant to scare you! Are you scared, my lieutenant?
Scared? No, my Admiral, but your men are. The Chieftan of Gods has died, and with him 𝐅𝐥𝐚𝐸 have no power. But the deep god lives, and with his magic on their side, any fleet will
To
be...
our north is the enduring city, and I will die before I see it taken. If any of these men so much as whisper dark bride or deep god, they're to be flogged. Understood?
Yes, my Admiral.
I see them.
There they are! Toward!
Admiral, there is an approaching fog.
Their sorcerers must have casted it to conceal their approach.
We estimate 2 ships approaching, my lord.
Why have they dropped anchor? Why stop?
Perhaps they want us to meet them.
They are the ones invading.
Did you hear that?
Yourselves!
Something below the water!
Is that the whale?
See at the end. Out there.
There is something in the water. Beneath us.
It's the dark bride.
Admiral! Orders!
Impossible. Only a rumor.
It's the dark bride!
Across the Elven Sea, west of the Working Peninsula, lay human shores, and the green country of Gathland. There are many inns in this rustic human land, and this one pales next to most, though it sufficed for the nearby farmers and merchants, who laughed and washed down the day's work with a sip of good ale.
Let's have another round!
Another round! Yay!
Aye, on my way.
Bree,
What's now, Callan? I'm a bit busy.
that fellow on the back. He finished his meal some time ago and he's just been staring.
Hooded fellow.
I didn't get a good look at his face.
Thank you, girl.
I'll talk to him. Can I help you, sir?
More than you have, yes. Would this be enough so that I can sleep in your stable? I will not disturb.
Aye. It'll do you for the night and for the lamb. Are ye a traveler?
Of sorts. I have traveled the wild for many days. I pray you pay me no mind. Thank you for the lamp and for the room.
Well, hardly a room, but you're welcome.
Excuse me.
Good evening to you. Can I get you some... Oh. You're...
Elvan, yes.
Well, if you like Elven food, all we have is bread and ale.
I am sure that your food and drink are fine. But I am not hungry, and I did not come for that. Or the warmth, or the music. I have come to meet a young lady whom I have heard resides in this inn.
No Elven girls came through here, I'm afraid. Might want to try the Istwin Harbor?
She is the child of Desmond the Slayer.
Boy, what's with going, Bree? Bloody girls stained with
Sorry.
britches.
Your britches were already stained.
Barmaid, Gathish, red-brown hair, some red spots on her.
Okay, you found me. But why?
My name is Villadius. I followed your father's path, from the peak of Mount 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿 where he faced Ruadu, to the village of 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿 where he was hailed a hero, briefly, and the rest has led me here, where he was laid to rest 15 years ago in a hill close by. Am I correct?
Aye. Well then, what of it, pointy ears?
Please, let us have a seat and talk of it.
I am only going along with this because I know you've traveled far. From across the sea, if I'm not mistaken.
Himmerthrall is my original home, my lady, and it is indeed far across the sea. But Windhold, north of here, is my home now, and I have been there since well before you were born. So it was neither a long nor short distance for me.
Oh, well in that case.
But no, I actually did travel far, so please, sit. I will be brief. I've come on important business. Quite the controversial figure, your father, no? He killed Ruadu, chieftain of the tribe of gods. Whether the story of the slaying has any truth, the evidence is plain to see. For we Magnir drew from Ruadu for power, the power of fire. But from here to Himmerthrall, all the way to the eastern lands, we Magnir have called upon Ruadu's power, and he has not answered. We fear your father succeeded in killing the Chieftain of Gods.
Aye. Dad made a lot of enemies of you magic folk.
Believe me, you are very wise to hide your family name.
So, you've come to curse my name instead of my father's, now that your kind has to use matches?
The only power of value to me is knowledge, and today I seek yours. How did your father manage to kill an elemental god?
Anyone in this town can tell you the bloody story. I'm sick of it myself.
I would rather hear it from you. You knew your father greater than anyone.
The bard can do it for you. Is that gold?
You may leave if you want. That bard looks like he could use the coin.
The legend tells it just as he does. He came up the mountain with a blindfold, so Ruadu couldn't blind him. And his weapon.
A magic sword?
That was made up by retellers. He had a spear.
Did he have enchantments?
Liquor, probably. Story changes so much I wonder if he even remembers it. He called out Ruadu. He came. He fought him. He got a lot of burns, but Dad won.
And you believed him?
He said Roadu's skin is bright red like hot iron. He laid a hand on Father's chest. I saw the shape with my own eyes. A perfect hand. Never healed.
Very well. Can you read and write, girl?
A little.
If you happen to remember more, write to me at the Council Tower in Winhall.
Can't you Magners send letters by burning them and scattering the ashes in the wind?
Alas, we Magnir have lost all of our power, including far speech.
I was only joking.
In poor taste. Do you also tease a blind man about his sight? I have to actually send letters now by horseback, or by birds. Fickle beasts.
My heart goes out to you magicked folk.
If you can't get a carrier, please bring it yourself. I thank you, Bree.
I'll get that window closed. You better be on your way, Elven boy.
Take care, young miss.
Who was that?
An Elven Magnir.
A Magnir. That explains the fancy red cloak. Did he threaten you?
He wanted to know more about Father. I couldn't help him.
A good thing. You can't trust Elvins. Those pointy-eared Imperials wanted to conquer us once.
He seemed like a good fellow. But why did he have to bring up Dad?
Your dad was a hero too, you know.
Not all of us are descended from famous knights, 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿. He was a damn fool who wanted glory, so he killed the most powerful god. The same one that kept the dragons peaceful. After everyone learnt what he caused, they called him Desmond the Arsonist. And that drove him to drink.
None of that matters now. You're free of your father's burden.
And his promises. Things could be better too. Just wish I could take his mark off my life.
Another round. Hey, what is that girl?
I suppose that's why we drink.
Come on, girl, we're thirsty.
All right, I'll get you another.
Of all the powers that came and left this world, one that refuses to die is the power of the deep god, the power of death itself, or near death, as the Dark Bride's deadliest servant 𝐿𝐿 has experienced at this hour as he lays in a cask of water a dark and costly ritual. For he is a man whose pain in the past is relieved with his will to seize the future.
Just breathe, Master. Astral projection is dangerous. Any longer and you would have drowned.
Dangerous, but necessary.
Master 𝐿𝐿, did you find what you were seeking?
Yes. I saw Villadius in Gathland.
Gathland? The human farm country?
With a girl, a barmaid.
No girl in that whole continent holds any value worth projecting your soul to see.
Not if Villadius thinks she does. My old friend, is this a part of your game? Or have you truly gotten desperate, Villadius?
Good night.
Good night, girl.
Yes, good night, Nora. Good night, Odrun.
Good night.
I've got the stable to clean up. Good night, Bree.
Good night.
Aye, where's that boy?
Callan's in the stable.
Come, girl. It's time to give your wage.
Busy day.
Indeed. Worthy of about 4 coppers.
All right.
All right. No fuss this time.
No, it's very fair. Thank you, Finn.
You haven't pocketed anything for yourself, have you?
No, I swear
Listen
it.
here, girl. After your father died, I took you in when I didn't have to. I pay you generously, allow you your own room.
The pantry?
Aye, Of course. I need someone to watch the food at night. I built this damn place, and now you return the favor by sweeping, brewing, serving, and tending to all the patrons. Collecting fees, baking bread, going to the market, digging out the privy, cleaning the barf.
Finn, is that you? 𝐂𝐚𝐥𝐿. Thought I bolted it properly. Who's there?
Hush now, I'm not going to kill you, girl. But you're not going to wake anyone. Do you know why? Because if you do, I'll have to kill them.
What? You didn't see me hiding, girl?
Well done, hiding in the bushes like that.
She's not coming quietly, is she?
She isn't. Gag her.
Stay away from her. Go back to your homeland.
𝐂𝐚𝐥! Run! Go back inside!
Or what? What are your intentions with that hammer, boy?
Are you going to build a fence to keep us away?
Don't do it, 𝐂𝐚𝐥.
Hey, do you want to find out?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you very much would.
And here I thought we'd get through one night without drawing a little blood.
Brother, how do you...
What in the hells?
Get down! Into the stable!
Who shot those arrows? Those men?
Stay back! He's coming!
I know that man. The big hooded man from the inn.
Wait! Don't go! Come back! Be careful.
Hello?
These men will trouble you two no longer. You are brave, stable boy, but foolish. They were about to carve you living.
Who are you?
Just a weary traveler. Thank you again for the room and lamb.
So it is you, the stranger from the... Oh. I didn't know under that hood you were a...
Orc? I've become good at hiding my face.
Well, yes, I thought all of your kind was... ugly? No offense.
None taken.
Who were these men?
These were no men. They wear the tunics of Gathish men, but they smell elven. Yes, they have even sacrificed the points of their ears to pass as human.
These Elvins, they're like the one you met with.
The Magnor? I don't know.
Well, good luck to you.
I'm following him.
Bree!
What do you want?
After all that, do you expect me to just go on with my life?
What else can you do?
Help me get to Windhold.
Windhold? You know they fight and slaughter my kind, correct?
Yes, but neither me nor my friend have traveled. And if these things come back for us...
You expect me to fight them off for you?
Well...
Well, indeed.
Come on, he wants nothing to do with us.
Do you know how to survive in the wild? What's your name?
Tarok.
Tarok. Where are you going anyway?
I am going nowhere.
Well, can you go nowhere in the direction of Windhold? I have a gold piece.
Let me see. Thank you.
Did he accept?
I don't think so. Did he just steal it?
I didn't think he'd do that.
You gave it to him.
Was I supposed to say no? He just killed 2 men.
I'm getting it back.
A moment ago, you were hiding in the stable. Now you want to pick a fight with him?
Well, now what are we to do? We have no coin, we have no...
Are you going to stand around and argue? Or are you going to pack your things and follow me?
Well, that sounds like a yes.
I don't know about this.
You don't have to come.
I know. I'll get my things.
The Call of the Flame. Starring Bonnie Bogovich, Stephen Cumberworth, Jacob Williamson, Corey Borchers, Ash Williams, Zach Zathian Young, and Gary Gibbs II. For the full cast list and episode transcripts, please visit thecalloftheflame.com. This podcast was written and produced by Kurt Peterson, with music by Adam Halpin, with additional tracks by Stephen Cumberworth. Both can be found on Bandcamp. Sonoran speech by Megan Watson. Editing by Kurt Peterson and Sasha Blow. Read the podcast description and follow us on our pages of media. Send a bird bearing the hashtag #COTFpodcast. Although the greatest way to support the show is to become a patron of ours on our Patreon page, so that we may maintain our production. Join our Discord to meet the cast and crew. But for bonus audio, music, and updates on the upcoming book 2, visit patreon.com/The Call of the Flame. $5 and above listeners get exclusive content, such as music tracks by Adam Halpin and extended episodes. We hope you've enjoyed this video version of The Call of the Flame. Help others discover our play with a like and a comment so that the algorithm gives us a boost. And subscribe so you don't miss what we have in store for you in the future. To ask us about sponsorship, send an electronic letter to thecalloftheflamepodcast@gmail.com. This has been a Magnia production. I am your narrator, George Hochter. We thank you all for listening.